For example number 1, let's just make it the most simple. Let's create an empty object. Remember how to define an object literal? All you need is an opening and closing curly bracket. That's all we've done. And that is literally now an object. If I console log that out, we get an empty object, which is what the blue is showing you. Okay, what about creating an object with one property? So let's just go object, one property. Let dog equal. Opening and closing curly brackets defines an object. Let's say it has a name, and let's say the name is Woofy. So now we've defined an object with one property. And remember what properties are? Well, they're just key value pairs. Here the key's name and the value is Woofy. We console log that out. We get our object. But let me emphasize something here. You do have to specify a key and a value in order for this to work. Otherwise you will get thrown an error. Let me give you an example. So you have to specify both key and value. So here, if I go let animal equals type and I just leave it, I get an error because it says type is not defined. So I have to assign it a value. So let me say mammal. Now I don't get any errors. And even making it more simple than that, it also won't work. If I go let animal 2 and I go just type, the same thing happens. It says type is not defined. So you see, I have to specify both in order for this code to be valid. Let's just delete these quickly. What about methods using object literal syntax? Let's just create an object with one method. And let's just call it welcome message. Say you want to give a welcome message to a user. Welcome message. Open and close curly brackets defines an object. JavaScript knows this is now an object. Now let's attach a method and let's call the method say hi. And this method will be a function. A method just means a function, by the way. A function is outside of an object and a method is inside of an object. But the same thing. And let's say we have to pass text to this function as an argument. And we're going to be getting into functions in one of the upcoming sections. So don't panic if you don't know what I mean. And let's just console log the text out to the screen. And to make it more clear, I just want to put comments here so you understand what we're doing. This is an object with one method. Now, let's access this method, welcome message, dot, remember that's how we access methods and properties. Say hi is what we've called it, and it needs to be passed a string. So let's say hello. And there you have it. Let's console log hello to the screen. Okay, but up until now, we've just been dealing with properties or we've just been dealing with methods. What about if we combine properties and methods? No problem. So this is object with properties and methods. So let's define a person object, and this person has a first name. This person has a property called age. And let's say there's a message, method. And let's say this method just console logs this first name, so that'll be Clyde, is this age years old. So there you have it. We have a person object with properties, and those properties are key value pairs, and we've also included a message method. Let's try and access that. So we go person, message, and we execute. And as soon as we do that, it executes the function. I hope you're starting to get a bit more comfortable with objects and how we create them in JavaScript. But don't get too complacent yet, because this was only one way to create an object. Now let's discuss another.